Want to learn about the hippest neighborhood in the valley?
Stay tuned to find out. Hey, I'm Hal Cohn.
And I'm Chris Cohn. We're with Cohn Realty Group.
This is your first time to our channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you click that subscribe button as well as the notification, the little bell icon, so you get notified each and every time we release a new video about living, working, and playing in the amazing Roanoke Valley.
It is pretty incredible, and we have folks constantly contacting us saying that they want to move to or within Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, or surrounding areas. So if that's you, your friends, or your family, give us a call, send us a text, or you can even email us. We would love to hear from you, have a conversation, and get all those questions answered.
Hey, and welcome to the town center of Raleigh Court, which is Grandin Village is where we are today. And this is near and dear to this one's heart right here.
Yes, this is my old stomping grounds. Remember, I grew up in Wasena and Grandin Village right here. So I have loved seeing how Grandin Village has changed and grown over the years. And it just still retains that sense of community, tight-knit community, and really cool mixed-use development. So we can't wait to tell you all about it. But essentially, so what you need to know is that it's in southwest Roanoke City, and it's only about 2 miles from downtown Roanoke, so super close to downtown, and it's a great place.
All right, come along with us. We are going to take you down a stroll here in Grandin Village, and we're going to talk to you about how amazing it is and how they have created a very tight-knit community that is mixed use. So you've got pretty much, if you're in this area, you're gonna have whatever you want and need to purchase, to hang out, and just be with friends and family.
Yeah, so very, very walkable. You see, we're here in the dead of winter, and there's still some people out strolling, walking around.
We got nice weather today though, so it's like gonna be about 50 degrees, sunshine. When the sun's out, we don't have to have these on, but the sun's not out right now because of the side of the street that we're on, so guess what? We've got jackets on.
Right, but I love this village for its mixed use properties, and a lot of these buildings were built between World War I and World War II, and they've actually been converted over the years and still in use. Actually, one of the buildings we're getting ready to pass here used to be the hardware store that my dad and I went into, looked for nuts and bolts and pulleys, and I loved playing with that. I still remember the smell of like the hardwood floor and all those tools and stuff. So love to tinker, love to be with my dad, so this brings back memories. But now it's an upscale consignment shop, and I just love that reuse. But anyways, let's get back and talk about what a mixed-use development is. The name kind of says it all. But we're talking about things like restaurants. Let's name a few that we love here.
So just past would be Grace's Pizza.
Local Roots.
Local Roots. You got Rockfish. You've also got the Falafel House across the street over here.
Village
You
Grill.
got Village Grill, Scratch Biscuit Company.
So not only restaurants, but you have plenty of services here. Lots of retail. We just passed clothing shops. This is a really fine furnishings store behind me now. Reed's Fine Furnishings. And then you've got services, you've got lots of office space too. And tell us about CoLab.
Yeah, so there, across the street over here is a place called the CoLab. And that is an opportunity. If you need office space, then you can rent out, get a monthly membership, and you can hang out there. So whenever I was in healthcare IT, I needed to not be at the house with the kiddos so I could actually concentrate and be on conference calls. So I rented out space over there for a monthly fee, general workspace where you have access to a printer, you've got internet access, you can rent out some of the cubicles, you can rent out like the actual little office spaces to have meetings, so you have little conference rooms. So it's a great spot. If your house is too small, or you're renting a small house here while you're waiting to transition to buy a house, then you can check out the CoLab and hang out there, and you can collaborate with others too. That was the big thing, is like they wanted to collaborate and encourage people to grow their businesses, entrepreneurship here in the valley.
You know, there's a lot of people too that are moving here that need to work remotely. And so this is a great option if you just want to meet up with people, get some socialization, or just have a space outside of your home. So great option there.
Good job.
Thank you.
Anytime.
So let's not forget other things like schools. You've got schools right here in Grandin Village. Behind us at the very end of the street, you can't see it right now, is Virginia Heights
Elementary
School. along with some other schools in the Raleigh Court area. And this feeds into Patrick Henry, which is only a mile or two down the road. That's the high school. I still remember they have a parade going down here for homecoming, and it just shuts down the village and everybody walks through the parade. Lots of little community parades.
Don't forget about the Christmas parade too.
Yes, so much fun.
Christmas parade.
They do. It really is. Just you can stay here and hang out. And there's churches here as well. The anchor church is Heights Community Church, and it's on the corner. It's got a little amphitheater on the outside. My grandma went there.
I was going to say Khaki. That's Khaki's church.
And actually, ironically, of interest is the pastor, Nelson Harris. He has written a lot of the history books about Roanoke Valley and surrounding areas. So I encourage you to check out some of those books too.
So let's take a second, and we're still talking about mixed use, talking about all the opportunities you have here. So we have a historic theater. That's there a theater. Historic theater here in the Grandin Village, and that's going to be the Grandin Theater.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more in the history section, because you know I've got to have a history section.
And then right next to the theater is Roanoke Ballet Theater. So
yes.
they that's where they practice, and they don't hardly do performances.
They do.
There.
It's called black box performances. So
Okay.
they have smaller performances. Our daughter took ballet. They are really neat and beautiful to see their Nutcracker production. But you've got arts, theater, entertainment. This is a great place for artists as well.
So we thought we'd give you a little sneak peek inside of one of the retail spots here that is a bakery and retail center combined, and it's transformed over the last couple of years. It used to just be a bakery,
Right.
but now they're supporting like local artists as well as other local vendors that have wares and products that they can sell inside of here, along with the great food that they have.
It's so good. Every Friday we would come to On the Rise here, my youngest daughter and I, and we would practice writing, and we would hang out with Robin, who works here, and the owner, Teal, and we just had such a great time, really formed a nice tight bond. Now it has changed. It's beautiful to see the local artwork, candles, everything. I mean, everything around you, there's so much to see. It's a really cool gallery, but this is just a really classic example of how tight-knit the community is here.
Yep.
Because I got to hang out with them, and I saw the same people over and over, and we really got to form that really nice bond. But again, just an example of this community feel. It's really strong, and you don't see this many places.
Yeah, and in the summer months, there's outdoor opportunities to get that community feel. So they have a thing called Grandin Village, where they block off the street, they bring in musicians, they have beer, they have food trucks, and they have opportunity for you to hang out and music.
Yeah.
So you can just party on a Friday night, and it's the last Friday night of the summer months throughout the summer. Hopefully we'll get back to that this year here in 2021 with coronavirus. They had to knock that out in 2020. But 2021, we're hopeful and prayerful that that will happen again soon.
Right, and not to mention too, every Saturday there's another chance to get together over the marketplace, the Grandin Village Marketplace. So there's food, there's products, there's vendors, there's music, there's fresh flowers. It is such a great gathering spot for the community to come and get all that freshness and beauty of the area.
We cannot talk about Grandin Village and not tell you about their special angel, Mr. Tarpley.
Mr. Tarpley was a resident of Grandin Village and just a special man. He helped everyone out, and he even had a park named after him. You could find him here every day tending to the beautiful roses and watching the children play, having such a great time. But he was an amazing landscaper too.
He was.
Yeah.
He kept it pristine, in good shape, and in good repair. And he was so giving of his time and his resources. Specifically to us one time, our oldest daughter, he actually said, hey, if you want to have your birthday party here, I'll set up a bounce house for you. And he did.
I couldn't believe it. Like, we were just saying thank you for letting us play in your park and maintaining it so well. And he said, well, when's your birthday? And she said, in October. And he said, I'll set up a bounce house. And I was like, what? Really? Like, do I need to sign a contract with times? And
Do we need to pay you? He's like, nope.
No. And he just provided this bounce house in an incredible, unforgettable birthday for my daughter. I thought that was so very special, but he just did things like that, and that's why they call him a special angel. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2019, but his memory still remains every day in the smiles and laughter of the children here at the park.
So we're in a little bit different area of Grandin right now, and behind us you're gonna see the brand new firehouse that they have created to better serve the community here in Grandin, Wasena, Raleigh Court areas.
Yeah, and this area of Grandin Village, still in Grandin Village, of course, but it just keeps going with that mixed-use theme. We've got office building over here, salon right over here, restaurants like Village Grill, Scratch Biscuit. We've got Pop's Ice Cream, which is a fun little place, and also Spike's, which is a nighttime bar, and it's got great hamburgers too. Taza, and also Farmagesa. So tons along this strip as well. All right, so we're just gonna do a little walking tour, but you know I have to talk about history.
Bring it, bring that history on, girl. Come on now.
What I really like is that Grandin Village is listed on the National Register for Historic Places, and with it being only 2 miles from downtown, in 1911, there was a streetcar that actually ran from here to downtown. And what that did is spurred a lot of growth here in Grandin Village because people didn't have to go downtown for all their services and to do their shopping and dining. They could actually, it kind of brought retail and commerce out to their residential area. So that was not common at the time.
Wow.
And I know. I wish I could have
So
seen
foreign
like
now.
the streetcar. That would have been neat.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been a model for other mixed use developments. So it's a pretty cool model here, and you can live right here in it.
When you're in Grandin and you're thinking about history, what do most people think of?
The Grandin Theater. It is so symbolic, and it's right here in the heart of Grandin Village. It was originally built in 1932, and it was renovated with community support in 2002. And you can go in there and see all the historic references and how it's been redone so well. It's beautiful inside. Do you remember when we went, when we took the kids?
I did. We went on a Saturday morning, and we were able to see the cartoons that
Old
played
school,
when we were kids back in
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s. And we watched Tom and Jerry, and when I watched it, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Did
That
I
was
actually watch
funny.
this as a kid and my parents let me watch it? I mean, they were just
so
trying to
funny.
like smack each other all the time.
And there was like dynamite and all this stuff. I was like, I don't think our kids should be watching this. And
No.
how did we grow up to be okay
Yeah.
watching that stuff?
Well, at least what we consider to be okay, right?
So the Grandin Theater does show first run movies, independent movies, and classic movies. So that's got a good variety. And right now during COVID, you can actually rent the space for private showings. I would love to do that.
That's
Hint,
a great
hint.
idea. Okay, I'll remember that.
But check it out, and at night it is just beautiful too, all lit up. It's gorgeous, and there's a star walk in front of it too with contributors, so you have to check that out.
When we're doing these videos for neighborhood tours for y'all are always like, let us see the houses. So we're gonna give you a little bit of B-roll to capture that, but we're just a short little half a block off of Main Street.
Yeah.
And we're already at residential. So this is a super close spot to be able to walk down to all the activity.
And the parades.
And you have the parades and the hustle and bustle of the Grandin Village just to enjoy that vibe and energy. So what type of houses you're gonna find here? You're gonna find some bungalows. You're gonna find 4 squares. You're gonna find some ranches. You're gonna have lots of options for rentals as well as purchasing here in this dynamic area called Grandin Village.
And you know, a lot of people from elsewhere don't realize that we have a lot of basements in this area. So I like to mention that there's basements, and you'll see a lot of brick in this area too, more traditional homes for the time period that they were built. We hope you enjoyed your tour of Grandin Village in the Raleigh Court neighborhood.
Stay tuned for more information, for more videos and intel on the Roanoke Valley.
If you have any questions, give us a call, send us a text, or an email. Thank you.
So am I starting?
You can talk, yeah, without especially.
We cannot. No.
Mr. Tarpley was really an icon to this community. He was a resident of Grandin Village. I'm not screaming over that thing.